Hi, friends. Marcy Schoenborn here of Scho Fit. At 49 years old, I was 60 pounds heavier, had 5 diagnoses, and never felt good. I remember thinking, well, I'm getting older. Turn the clocks forward 11 years to being 60, and I feel 20 all the time. Lots of reasons for what's going on with me. I'm not going to talk about that all here, but every week I'm going to be here teaching you something about health. And if that's where you're at, you want to age well, you're looking into better longevity, um, subscribe, follow whatever platform you're on, whatever it takes, and show up for yourself every week. Check out the talks and put them in action. Hey friends, I'm Marcy Schoenborn of Scho Fit here, and today I want to talk about being able to listen to our body. This is one of the things that I teach my clients, and they see it take effect within the first couple of weeks of eating with me. Oftentimes, we don't know to listen to and what to listen to. I'm going to go over that today. But when we start eating a nutrient dense diet, I don't even like the word diet, nutrition program, nutrition plan, then our body starts healing, inflammation starts going away, and we can truly pinpoint what our body is telling us. It might be our gut, it might be headaches, it might be joint pain, but that is our body saying, I need help. Okay. What it's not saying is I need medication. And I'm never telling anyone to go off medication. Please don't misinterpret that ever. But what I am telling you is you can see improvement when you change your nutrition. So, welcome to today's episode. Really glad that you're here. If you have not yet subscribed, I hope that you do. Follow me, whatever platform you're looking at this on. And today we're going to delve into the profound wisdom that our bodies offer and the critical importance of attuning ourselves to these signals. So we're exploring how various discomforts, often dismissed as mere signs of aging, can actually be our body's plea for improved nutrition. And so let's even unpack the fact that these used to be blamed on aging, but now we're seeing them in children and 20 somethings. And so it's certainly not aging. Has everything to do with what we're consuming. So, understanding the body's signals. Our bodies are in constant communication with us, signaling when something is amiss. Symptoms such as body aches, joint pains, digestive disturbances, headaches, fatigue, and mood swings are not merely inconveniences or inevitable aspects of growing older. They are, in many cases, indicators of nutritional deficiencies or imbalances that warrant our attention. So body aches and joint pains, persistent body aches and joint pains can significantly impact daily life. Some of us may know this. I used to deal with this. While often attributed to aging, these discomforts may stem from deficiencies in essential nutrients. And it's not, supplements are not necessarily the place where we would get those nutrients. We need to keep in mind we cannot out supplement a poor diet. And yes, we may need supplements. I'm not saying we may not, but we have to get the food right first. Get your nutrition right, get your gut right, and then you can incorporate the supplements that you need to meet you in the middle. Supplements will not make up for poor nutrition. And there is so much misconception about that. I wish supplements made up for poor nutrition. I own a supplement company. So I'm here to tell you, though, they don't. It's not how it works. Digestive disturbances. So the uncomfortable talks about diarrhea and constipation. Gastrointestinal issues like diarrhea and constipation are common yet frequently overlooked indicators of nutritional concerns. And so it could sometimes be a deficiency in a specific nutrient, or it could be your overall diet, or it could be that you're creating a gut issue based on some things in processed food that you just continue to eat because you've been addicted to it because of what they've put in the food. So that's not even really your fault, but not trying to come off of it is nobody's fault but your own. So Diarrhea and constipation and tummy aches, not normal. We should not have them often. Headaches and fatigue, chronic headaches and unrelenting fatigue can diminish quality of life and productivity. These symptoms may be linked to deficiencies in some vitamins, but we do know there is a huge gut correlation to everything in our body. And when we get headaches and fatigue, our gut is speaking to us. And you might think, well, fatigue, I didn't sleep well. Well, why aren't you sleeping well? Your circadian rhythms may be off. There are circadian rhythms throughout your body. Circadian rhythm is so much more than just sleeping. And so when all of this is thrown off because your nutrition is thrown off, headaches and fatigue can happen. Mood swings and irritability, emotional fluctuations, including mood swings and increased irritability, can be distressing and are sometimes indicative of nutritional gaps. And so sometimes it's insufficient intake of certain vitamins and minerals, but again, we should be trying to get as much of that from food as possible and then supplementing where needed. Beyond aging, the role of nutrition. So it's crucial to challenge the misconception that these symptoms are simply part of the aging process. I interview dozens of people weekly for my nutrition program. And the common theme is, well, I'm old. No, you're not. I'm 60 and I don't feel old. I feel 20. I didn't feel this good at 20 because at 20 I was thin, so I thought I could eat whatever I want. Common misconception. And so now I have more energy than I ever had because of the way I fuel my body. I even see better results in my workouts because of the way my body can heal after the fact because of the way I fuel my body. So nutrition does really matter that much. So our bodies possess an innate intelligence, constantly providing feedback about our internal state. By tuning into these signals and recognizing them as potential indicators of nutritional needs rather than inevitable signs of aging, we empower ourselves to take proactive steps toward enhanced health and well-being. Remember, it's not merely about adding years to life, but adding life to years, right? We want to live well. I've had people reach out to me and say, why are you so afraid to die? One, I'm not afraid to die. Two, I want to run big until the day Jesus takes me home. I don't want to spend my latter years looking up my doctor appointments and sitting on the couch watching TV all day because I don't have the energy to do anything more. And when we don't fuel our bodies well, use healing nutrition, that's really where we're headed. And it does not have to be that way. And I even have many stories about clients, but a specific story about my own husband. And so when I started eating the way I eat and teach today, 11 years ago, he was very supportive, which is huge. But he did not want to eat with me. And his reason was, he did not have a diagnosis. And so he did not want to eat that way. And as I learned more and more and specialized in cellular nutrition, I knew that at some point he was going to break down, that he was going to get a diagnosis. It was inevitable watching the way he ate. And he didn't even eat that bad, friends. Probably he ate about 80 to 85% what I would call healthy. So 15 to 20% junk. And he still ended up with high cholesterol, high blood pressure. And so when that happened, he started eating with me the same way that I teach my clients. And within 84 days, when he had renewed blood work, updated blood work, he no longer had high cholesterol, he no longer had high blood pressure, and he dropped 30 pounds. But here's why I want to bring this up. I want to bring this up because his body started talking to him. He had been in a state of inflammation, and so his whole body hurt. And he will still tell you he's getting old. I don't buy into that, but that's his mantra, not mine. And so whole body hurting, shoulders hurting, back hurting, but he starts eating well and pain starts going away. But he still had pain in the center of his back that he couldn't pinpoint when the whole body hurt. So he tells me he has this pain in the middle of his back, and he thinks it's because of maybe the treadmill jarring, just being off kilter, not holding your body right. And I told him, I said, that is right behind your heart. And so a couple days go by, pain is not subsiding. Other pains in his body is. And he decides to go to the VA and have it looked at. And because he could hear his body, we discovered a heart condition that we would have never discovered. And in discovering that, now we can keep it where it is. It doesn't have to get worse. Had we not discovered it and it had gotten worse, he would have ended up with open heart surgery. So it is vital that you can listen to your body. It is always speaking to you. So I hope that this was informative. I hope you took away a lot of nuggets here today. Reach out to me if you have questions about this, if you want any more extra information. I will always have citations for what I talk about. If you would like to do further research, I don't teach on anything that is not scientifically sound. And I appreciate your time. Thank you for being here, and hope you see me in the next episode.